Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, yeah, I'm gonna get right into it. You know what I'm saying? So, you finished Coding Bootcamp. You finished school. You finished whatever you were going for in terms of learning how to code. You finished it. You got your certificate. You got your bachelor's degree. You got whatever you were intending to get. Now you have it. What's next? What is next? You got your degree. You know how to code, but you don't have a job. You don't have any real experience in the field. You don't have any connections. You don't know anybody to vouch for you to say that, yeah, you know how to code. All you have is that certificate. And maybe, if you're lucky, career advisors helped you make some type of resume, some type of they've given you some type of training for interviews. They've done various things, right? And now you're 10,000, 20,000, however many $1,000 down the hole. You spent months, maybe years, grinding and doing this, and now you're asking yourself, was this even worth it? Like, where's the jobs at? Where's all this different stuff at? What do I do now? Where do I go? And you sit there and you begin to think, did I get ripped off? All these different types of thoughts go through your head about, was this a scam? Should I really have paid this much money? Oh great, I just spent all this money, but I'm still working at wherever. What am I gonna do now? Right? Now I know there's a lot of people out there watching this video probably who might feel that way. Right? That's certainly how I felt when I had initially finished my coding bootcamp. You know what I'm saying? When I initially finished it, I really didn't. I'll be honest with you, I thought it was a scam. I really did. Spent, $10,000. Yeah. You spend $10,000, you get a course that is a little dated. It's been circulated everywhere, and you're pretty much just paying for the career services. That's what it comes down to, a coding bootcamp, right? In a nutshell, right? You pay for the career services. You don't pay for the actual knowledge. The knowledge is free and is available everywhere. You're paying, essentially, in these coding bootcamps for career services. So, if you're in a coding bootcamp and they don't offer a career services, and you've paid more than $500, congratulations, you've been scammed. You got scammed, right? Now, even in my situation, I've kind of feel like I got scammed, but that's not to say that was going to stop me or even hurt my chances of finding employment or doing what I had to do in this industry. Quite the contrary. In fact, through this whole industry, one thing that you will always remember or be reminded about is that it's all about you, man. It comes down to you. So you've been grinding, you've been doing all this and that, and you're asking yourself, like, well, what am I doing this for, right? So, right, this is what you need to do as soon as you get out. Moment you get out of coding bootcamp or you graduate from school, you get your degree, and you don't have any internships or anything lined up yet. That's what you got to do. Before you even graduate, go check the pulse of the tech scene in your city. Check the pulse of it. Go to meetings, go everywhere, events, everything. Talk to people. This is one thing I'm going to tell you about this coding game more than maybe anything that you can go through, right? Now, I'm not from the streets, but I can make this analogy, right? So when it comes to the game on the streets, the game is to be sold, not told. that is usually how it is in business and on the streets and all that type of stuff. I'm right. Like I said before, I'm not from the streets, but I'm not an idiot. I can see. I have two eyes and a brain, and I get close enough to it to understand what's going on, but not close enough to get involved hands on with any type of stuff. Because I know where my lane is. I'm not a street nigga at all. But like I said before, like I was saying before, in those type of lanes, the game is to be sold, not told. In coding, it's kind of opposite. So when you meet somebody who's a developer with a whole lot of knowledge, they want to tell you everything. You might have to tell them to shut up. You might have to actually tell them to shut up. Like, all right, man, stop. That's enough game for today. There's gonna be like a waterfall of game to you, of knowledge, of insight. They want to help you. A lot of senior and high-level people in this game want to help, and they will help you. Go seek them out. They're at events. They're at meetups. They're bored, right? These people are bored. They've accomplished stuff in this industry. Some of them might already be rich and retired, and they want to give back. They want to give back. They want to do something. It's their hobby to help people. And these people are scattered all around the country. So go meet up with one of them. That's my first bit of advice. Go check the pulse of your tech scene. Go meet up with some mentors. Go meet people. Get guidance and mentorship. Get you a mentor to guide you through this. Self-teaching can only get you so far. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are going to be self-teaching yourself everything, but you need a mentor or a group of people that you know in the industry, active, to help guide you and give you advice. You need advisors, right? You could go through as many coding boot camps, as many internships, however many things you want to go. You could take 1,000,001 classes till you become a PhD in computer science. You need a mentor to show you this stuff, to show you the ropes. It's different from Coding Bootcamp. The application of the technology is not practical in those situations. It's not. Especially in a 4-year school, it's never practical, which is why a lot of people have abandoned it. Everything that you learn in a 4-year school is not practical for anything, right? At least the Coding Bootcamp, it's a little closer. It gets you closer, but it still is not enough. It's not enough. What the racket of these coding boot camps is they give you a little taste. It's the same thing as a drug dealer or a lot of people on the streets who run their drug, right? You give them a little taste, you let them feel like, oh wow, I'm feeling a little bit of the power. Then you take it away. You give them just enough where they're like, oh, I want more, right? So for my coding boot camp, they were trying to set me up to go pay for like another 2 or 3 $10,000 classes. And I wasn't having it. In fact, when my career advisor had floated that to me, I was actually angry with him. I was legitimately upset. I'm like, who the fuck do you think you are to come and push that bullshit on me? Nigga, you supposed to get me a job, not push another class on me. Like that's how I was feeling. So, I had to really buckle down and realize it was up to me to go and try to find these opportunities, right? Now, lucky for me, I did come across a professional resume writer, the people at the Coding Bootcamp, and, like I said, it was lucky for me because they didn't start this until I was one of the first people they ran this test with, right? So a career resume writer helped me craft my resume, and that's another thing that's important too, right? Make sure that your resume is written in a way that it's getting hits so that the recruiters are calling you, right? Because when you're out there applying to a whole bunch of jobs, especially if you're in the New York City area and you're in a really saturated job market, it's a waste of time. I'm going to be honest with you. Just sending in resumes and you're somebody who's fresh out of the boot camp or the school, have no experience, have none of that stuff, you're really, I'm not saying wasting your time, but it's a lot of shots in the dark. Take them, right? Don't listen to what I'm saying and think that I'm telling you to not apply to jobs. Apply to them. But at the same time, don't expect this to be like a high success rate of like landing a job. It won't be, right? You're better off having a resume where people come and contact you. And the easiest way to do that is to have a professional resume writer help write the resume, because they know the keywords that these algorithms in these, like LinkedIn and Indeed and Monster, they know the keywords that these algorithms are searching for, and they're gonna set you up so that recruiters just come and they pull your resume up. So that's something that's helped me out. I still apply, but I don't apply as much because people contact me, and that's one of the reasons why. So another thing, right? Another thing that you need to do when you get out of the coding bootcamp or the school is you also need to be coding yourself. Keep up with your projects. Always be coding. ABC. Always be coding. Stay ready. If you stay ready, you won't have to get ready. Always prepare yourself for a possible technical question that might come up in an interview. Make sure you know the tech stack that you're going for. Look at the job qualifications and descriptions. See if you check some off, right? So, right, I know a lot of people, when they look at these jobs and they see this big laundry list of all these qualifications that people are asking for, and they see this very little pay that they're asking, or that they're giving. That's not really realistic, okay? When you see that big list of all the stuff that they want, that's just like a wish list. That's like it would be nice if we could, the perfect candidate in our mind can do all this stuff. Are they gonna hire somebody that can do all that stuff? If they do, it won't be for that price that they're selling for. It'll be for way more. Anybody that they're paying at the rate that they're saying is not gonna know all that stuff that they're asking for. So don't get intimidated by these job descriptions. Apply. Don't think like, okay, because you never know who's gonna call you, right? That's another thing too. You never know who wants to take you under their wing and bring you up. So don't be afraid don't think like, oh, I don't know this yet, or I don't know X, Y, and Z. When you get out of the camp, when you get out of the school, now it is up to you to use your personal skills, your people skills, to go out there and network, make friends, and get your name out there, get people to like you, right? Convince these employers that you're a good person, that they want to take under their wing and teach, that they want to game up. That's the position that you want to be in. You over here thinking that, oh, it's off the merit of my skills alone. I mean, it will, right? Off the merit of your skills alone, it could take you places. And at the end of the day, that will be the main thing that keeps you and takes you the furthest away, right? I mean, the furthest in to the game. But before you get to that point, for you to get to a point where people are contacting you because you're the man, you gotta network a little bit. You gotta have some mentors. You gotta have a little something going on, right? Now, especially if you're a black person in this game, you have to really work hard. Number one, you're gonna realize off the bat, there's not really a lot of us, how do I put it? There's not really a lot of us in concentrations. There's a lot of us in the game. I'm gonna say that. We're scattered out. Just like how we are everywhere outside of, where we're initially from. We're scattered all over the diaspora. So it's the same way. It's the same way in the industry too, except for it's a little bit worse. It's a little bit worse. You're gonna find yourself at times. You'll probably be the only person that's black on the team. And if you're ever a lead, you'll be one of the first that they've had, period. Because we're sequestered traditionally to assistant roles, right? So just get into your mind like you're gonna have to be a self-starter, especially if you're a black person in this game. So your connections of who you know, man, you're gonna have to really buckle down with that, and you're gonna have to keep your skills sharp. You're not gonna be one of these type of people who, you know all these people and they're just pushing you along, and you get to a point where it's like, okay, you suck at this job, let's go send you over to Coding Bootcamp. Because I knew 2 people like that. I went to Coding Bootcamp with 2 people like that. 2 people like that. They didn't know how to code for shit, but were professional developers because of who they knew, and other reasons I'm not gonna mention, but they basically were placed or positioned into that spot. You as a black person, what I'm saying, we're not getting that. We're not getting that, and that's actually a good thing. You don't want that in this industry. You will get exposed, and that'll be very embarrassing. Getting exposed at the job and getting fired as a fraud and an imposter, it's never happened to me, and I've never seen it before. But my cousin, he's told me he's had to do that to a lot of people. That would be very embarrassing for me. I'm speaking for myself. I imagine it'd be embarrassing for most people. So, just stay on your game and realize you got to be better than a lot of people are. And that's not how to put it. It's not a hard thing. It's only a hard thing in the sense that you got to be consistent with your effort over a long period of time. That's the only hard part about it. You just have to put in the work. You put in the work, you make your connections, you get your mentorship, you be a good people person. You're gonna land your first jobs. You're gonna land your first gigs. Go to the open bars. Go to the happy hours. They have tech happy hours. They have tech open bars. Go have some drinks with the people. You never know who's the boss over there. You never know anything. Be personal. Stop solely focusing on the technical aspects of this stuff. Don't get me wrong, that's very important. And as you further your career, that's going to be of the most importance. But for you to be in that position first, you gotta set your roots in. You gotta set in some plays. You gotta make some plays. You gotta have a team with you. You gotta have a mentor of some sort. Somebody giving you need an advisor. Somebody giving you advice. And I'm not talking about some school. I'm not talking about more school. That's a racket. That's a jug. That's people making. It's a scheme. Keep giving you a little bit more. Your tolerance goes up. Now I need another dose. But you ain't getting anywhere. You're not getting the satisfaction that you want. You're just a drug addict, pretty much. You're addicted to schools. You're addicted to degrees. I know a lot of people like that. They finish one program, they don't get a job, they're like, oh, I must not have enough education. And they go drop another like $5,000 in another class. Foolish. Don't fall for that. You gotta go out there and do what you gotta do. You gotta make your connections. You gotta find your mentor. You gotta be a people's person. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Closed mouths don't get fed. You gotta go out there and make friends in this game. You have to. Especially if you're black. You have to. Nobody's going to open a door for you. This is a very like niche like industry where people don't want people that look like us in it. They don't. But the problem is they need us to be in it, so they're not going to deny us. But they don't want us in it. If they did, they would have opened the doors to us years ago. They don't want us in this shit. But we're in it, man. You know? And then, you know, the thing is, people, they want to try and put their insecurities through the other industries that they've been in on you. So, you know, you get your certificate or you get whatever, you get your bachelor's degree and you're going through however many months of not finding a job. And you're going to have people in your ear telling you, go get more. Go get more. Fuck that. Ignore them. Unless you're going to go do like data science or something like that, there's no reason for you to go to school for any of this. I'm going to be honest with you. There's no reason to go to school for any of this stuff, right? Now, when people talk about you need to go to school for data science and that, this and that, you know what that tells me? That tells me that the only practical application that they have for data science on a large mass scale for people making money is in university research, and it has not surpassed that. Because there's no other reason why you need to go to school for shit. I'm being honest with you. There's no other reason. When somebody says you need to go to school for something, 9 times out of 10, right? That means that its only practical application is in academia, right? Now, when you want to talk about people being doctors or surgeons or whatever, right? I mean, even through that, right? That's school, sure. People need to go through proper schooling to get everything through, right? But let's just be honest here, right? If somebody took an apprenticeship with a top level surgeon for 5 or 10 years, they could be a surgeon too. I'm just being honest with you. If you could get apprenticed and mentored one-on-one with somebody who knows what they're talking about, what do you need to go to? Like, what's so special about motherfucking school? Somebody help me. Somebody help me. I don't know. Somebody help me. For me, school is about getting approval from white people to get a piece of paper that you can fucking wipe your ass with. That's what I see school as. It's about what you can do in this industry. And a little bit about who you know. Alright? But it's only about who you know in the beginning. Once people know who you are and you got a name out there, it's just about you doing what you gotta do. But for you to get to that point, you know, you gotta pay your dues. You gotta put in the work. You know, you paid in your dues with the Coding Bootcamp or the school. You sacrificed all those hours. You probably cried yourself to sleep a few nights thinking, oh damn, I can't do this shit. Not again, I can't do this shit. But here you are, you made it. And you finished it. So don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't start looking down now. Shit, it took me about 3 months to find my first job. It took me about 3 months. And that was me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be honest with you, I feel like that was in part because of the people that I was working with. Number one, the person had graduated from the same Coding Bootcamp I did. And number two, I can't put a finger on this, right? I can't say this for sure, but I could swear to you, I seen the lady who hired me. Now, mind you, while I was working for the company, I never saw her. But I could swear to you, I seen the lady in the Coding Bootcamp. And I swear to you that she's seen me when I presented my project or heard about it. I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel, right? So that's how I got into my situation, how I feel like I did, right? So from beyond that, I came from New Jersey, was working in Newark, I guess I was working remote, but you could say I was technically working in Newark. Working at home, I was working remote, you know. So I decided to move to the Pacific Northwest. And that's been one of the best career moves I've made so far. The tech scene here is way better. It's fully open source. You know, you might have to move around. You might have to go in and move to a more conducive environment for this industry. Either that, or you're gonna need to get some very strong willpower and get a network of people and mentors that you can call up on the phone. Maybe go find some type of, little group. I'm in a group. I love my group. Shout out to my tribe, Unlock Academy. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with them. Heavy, man. I really do. And it's something that I really wish that I had when I was first starting. Because mentorship is going to save you a lot of time. It's going to save you years of wasting your time. So get gamed up with some mentorship. Go find you some groups. Go to tech events and use your people skills to go and, get some jobs. Listen, one of the biggest misconceptions about this industry is that it's full of introverted, awkward weirdos. That is not the case, right? That is really not the case. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people like that in this industry. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot. But that's not everybody. Especially not no black people in the industry, I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a big misconception that, the black people in this industry are lames. Or they're the type who are like Oreos or, self-haters or, don't date black people type shit. Nah, man. That is false. That is so false. Man, I can't even... Y'all gotta get into the game, man. To shatter these fucking stereotypes. These stereotypes are so negative. It's like, oh, this is a white man's game. Oh, this, everybody who's in the coding game is a bunch of lame ass nerds. Like, nah, fuck that. Yeah, I'm a nerd. I'm not gonna, but you know what I'm saying? I look at it like this. Everybody's a nerd at the end of the day. Like, even the most, person you consider the most gangster nigga is a nerd too. You know what I'm saying? He might be a nerd about the history of his set. He might be a nerd about the inner workings of a gun, about the inner workings of a trap. He might fanboy over a street legend. You never know, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. You can't, everybody, in my opinion, is a nerd in some type of way. But that doesn't make you a lame. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference between the two, in my opinion. So not everybody in this industry is a lame. Not everybody's an awkward, introverted type of person. There's a lot of people that you would look at you, and unless they told you that they were in the industry, you wouldn't even know. Like my cousin, you have no idea. Both of them, you'd have no idea. Because they both used to be athletes. They used to be athletes. And now they're coders. High level coders too, not just like, no, I'm talking about like high level. And, the guy who's the leader or who's the organizer of the coding group I'm in, the Unlock tribe, I mean, he used to be in the streets. He started making apps after he turned over his life doing a bit. So whatever conception you have of people in this industry, you gotta end it. You gotta dead it. Especially when it comes to, people of color in this industry, especially black people. You know what I'm saying? Don't think this shit is with this ain't what you think it is, man. There's some cool people in this game. Some cool people. They know how to dress. You know what I'm saying? They might have done some shit in the streets. They might have been a ball player. They might have even been a jock. They might have been the type of person you never even expected would be in this position at this point in time. And here they are. So, especially, I would say, if you're looking to be somebody that breaks the mold, you're going to have to go out there and be the people's person. And that's going to be something that's going to put you over the top, right? Because Think about it like this. The smartest type of person, right? You gotta think about it, especially in this type of industry. A lot of these guys who are so smart and so qualified, they're assholes. They're not people that people like to work with. They're full of themselves. They don't want to listen. They don't want to learn new ways. They're stuck in their old ways. They think they know everything. Why wouldn't somebody want to hire somebody who might not be as qualified, but is way cooler to be around and can learn a thing or two? Somebody's thinking, I can go and mold this person to be the perfect person for my company. You could be that person. But if you're not a people's person and you're not out there, trying to make friends and mingle and network, you're not gonna come across that opportunity. It's never gonna happen for you. Why would anybody even consider you for that? And you're some introvert stuck in your house all day. Yeah, you know everything about whatever, but nobody likes you. So people are gonna hire you, but it's like you're not gonna go as far as you could. It's not gonna be as easy as it should. That's just my point, right? So to wrap this all up, you finished your coding bootcamp. You finished your school. You don't know what to do next. Well, here's a series of things to do. Go to events. Check the pulse of the tech scene in your local area. Make sure you know everything about it, the events going on, who's who, what's what. Check out some hacker spaces. Check out some maker spaces. Look for the tech companies in your area. They have events. And at these events, they have people hiring. Secretly. Very secretly hiring. And that's something I wouldn't have known unless I went to an event and somebody who's been hired told me that, right? That's another thing. Go find one of these big time, knowledgeable guys and ear hustle for as long as you can. Because they're going to give you all the game. I mean, it's going to be like a fire hose of game. So it's going to take some time. It's going to be too much. They're going to give you too much game. I'm going to be honest with you. They're going to give you too much too soon. They're going to be so excited to just spill their guts of all the stuff they know. So just keep in contact. Take some notes. Get in contact with them. Stay up with them. Like I said before, this is one of those type of games where the game is to be told not so. It is the opposite of every other type of game you could think of. Right? And then, other piece of advice, be a people's person. Get very friendly. Go to the happy hours. Go wherever. Because like I said before, people are willing to train and show you shit that you don't know. And you won't get that opportunity if you're some type of introverted weirdo or you're a bad person to be around. Be a good person to be around. Be cool. Be fun. Be memorable. Be somebody that stands out. Right? And then my other piece of advice, obviously, is to don't stop coding. You can't stop. Can't stop. I mean, I did stop. I'm not gonna lie. I stopped for like 2 months. But that was after I finished out my contract. I stopped for like 2 months. Had to regroup, think about certain shit. And even while I wasn't coding, I was constantly reading code. So always do something involved with coding in some type of capacity while you're waiting around, and make it fun. Make it fun for yourself. You put all this work in, you might as well have some fun with it. Find the mentors. Get your name out there, because the position that you want to be in is people calling you, asking you to do jobs for them, not you looking for jobs. You will have known that you have made it in this game when people are calling you and you are no longer seeking jobs. Okay? So get to that point, and I made this video very long, and yeah, I apologize, but it is what it is, guys. I'm sorry. It's a lot of game I had to give. So yeah, I'll be making more videos, obviously. So I'll catch y'all later.